Welcome back to AAC Basics with me, Susan Berkowitz. I've been a speech-language pathologist for more than 35 years, working largely with folks who use augmentative and alternative communication. Today, I will define the difference between no-tech, low-tech, and high-technology AAC. Today, I will tell you about each of the groups of AAC systems and give you some of the important pros and cons of each. No technology augmentative communication includes sign language, which has been around for centuries but was not officially accepted as a language until the 1960s and 70s. No technology systems also include object representations, which can become very difficult to create and manage once you need to find a way to express something that is abstract, and paper-based communication books and boards, which typically have either picture symbols or text on them. However, most of our AAC users do not live within deaf communities where signs are understood, and frankly, few of them articulate signs well enough to be understood even within the deaf community. Once they leave their confined living spaces with care staff who understand their signs, they can't communicate in the community. Object boards are often helpful with students who have sensory impairments, such as deaf blindness. Unfortunately, while they can work for concrete items that have recognizable representations, it can be much harder to figure out what to use to represent less concrete messages. Most paper-based books and boards have the same drawbacks as static display devices. The vocabulary is limited, it is often organized by category, and there is rarely sufficient vocabulary to meet the user's needs. The one exception to this is Gail Porter's POD communication books. POD stands for Pragmatic, Organized, Dynamic Display. This system organizes vocabulary by pragmatic function and offers a large vocabulary for users to access. On the plus side, signs don't cost anything and don't need equipment. Your hands are almost always with you. Competent users of text-based books and boards often learn to put messages together effectively. All of these systems are relatively low cost, and none of them ever runs out of batteries or freezes. Low-tech systems include static display voice output devices. These are battery-operated devices that use recorded speech to play messages. Devices have anywhere between 1 and 128 messages, though most have between 1 and 32. There is only one device that has 128 messages. Some can hold more than one level or page set of messages recorded at the same time. The questions you need to ask with these systems are, can the user say enough to meet all of his communication needs? Can the user change the levels and overlays independently? If the user is ambulatory and has a large communication book, can he carry it around with him everywhere he goes? And can he put together his own unique messages? Most low-tech systems are useful in specific activities. They can be used in classroom activity centers, as long as they are not anyone's primary augmentative communication system. The only low-technology dynamic display system are dynamic display computer-generated paper books. The most used and most well-organized are the Pragmatic Organized Dynamic Display or POD books that were designed by Gail Porter. The emphasis is on aided language stimulation and the pragmatic intent of the message. The POD books are the most robust low or no-tech solution. They have a cohesive vocabulary organization. They classify vocabulary by pragmatic intent, teaching the child what words should be used when. The biggest question I have found with my students is, can the ambulatory student carry it around with him. High-tech dynamic display systems are usually touch-screen, computer, or tablet-based. They can contain numerous pages and can hold limitless vocabulary. They can also have keyboards for text-to-speech. The pages link to one another seamlessly to navigate to needed vocabulary. They offer the ability for sentence construction so that the user can construct novel, genuine messages. These dynamic display systems maximize the vocabulary available to the user. They allow for literacy skills development in children who do not already have literacy skills. They can be heard in most environments. It allows for language skill building and allows for spontaneous generation of novel utterances, which is the basis for our communication. On the downside, these are computerized systems. They need to be recharged. They need to stay out of the rain. They can freeze or break like any computer. They can be customized, but it does require that somebody program the customization. So now we have talked about the types of no-tech systems, types of low-tech static and dynamic display systems, and types of high-technology systems, and the pros and cons of each. I hope you have found this augmentative communication video helpful and informative. Until the next time, feel free to check out my blog and my Teachers Pay Teacher store, where you can find additional tips, information, and resources. Thank you.